Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. No Matrix is along the lines I want to talk about in this one. Matrix people elevate other people. They had little secret, sinister brotherhoods and agreements in place, thus making things a scam. Like YouTube, for instance, is supposed to, okay, let's say in a fair and just YouTube society, all the videos will be placed properly and given proper opportunity to be viewed by others. But I don't know, it could be some type of agreement in place. People could be friends, people could be relatives, but it's weird stuff going on, y'all. I'm gonna tell you like that. With that being said, I want to talk about a couple things on this video, and I'm gonna connect the dots as usual. I want to talk about elevating people. How I'm noticing in the manosphere, in the black YouTube space, you know, we welcome our white brothers, our Asian brothers, our Latino brothers. But what y'all doing is y'all claiming to be red pill. Some people claiming to be red pill, but yet you got a soft spot for certain people, I see. And I'm going to mention her name. Nothing against her, but just pearly things. Listen, man. I'm from Wisconsin, man, right now. Check this out. Check this out. I said, I noticed how she talks. Said, that sound like Wisconsin dialect. Like, that sound like how they talk, like, as you go out in the suburbs. Like, and so I did some research, and if I'm not mistaken, just pearly things from Wisconsin. So here's some things y'all need to understand. When y'all get to talking, on interviews and all this stuff with her, just understand that in Wisconsin, things work a little different, brothers. Listen, man. Listen. In Wisconsin, the white people, not all, disclaimer, not all. Do not come in my comments saying I said acting like it's all of them. That's not a talking point. You hear me saying not all. The whites are more indifferent and a little more racist towards the blacks than the blacks are towards them. With that being said, let me ask y'all bigger YouTubers a question. And I left a comment about this in, what's his name, Mediocre Tutorial, whatever, MTR. I don't know if he gonna block it, because you know, you bigger YouTubers, they just like to delete comments and stuff. But I mentioned to him, man, listen, man, like Wisconsin women, white women, the only time a lot of them deal with black men is when they rich. And even then, when they rich, a lot of them still don't deal with you like that. When they rebelling against their parents, and when they own some type of drug or kind of like underachieving in life. That's how Wisconsin is. Listen, man, I'm born and raised here. Born and raised here. I moved back here from Texas. I'm 48 years old. I've been living in Wisconsin 45 of those years. And I'm gonna tell you, like here, one reason why you see people from here moving to Atlanta and to Texas and to Arizona, all this stuff, is they hoping that they can enjoy some warm weather in peace. Here, this how it be. You start going too far out, I get away with it because I do deliveries and stuff. But when a lot of time you start going far out, they start messing with you a little more. Try to see if you got your seatbelt on, you got any lights blown. They don't really do that. The Milwaukee police don't do that as much. Now they'll get you if you don't have a plate or something. They'll get you sometimes. But when you get past Brookfield, it gets a little different. Even in Brookfield, it's a little bit. Now, I would say that Brookfield and Tulsa are least this way, but you still have that indifferent, what I call the indifferent look. The look like they don't trust you, like, oh, yeah, he gonna do something. And this how it be. You go in the room or you go in the store. It could be Latinos in there. It could be every race under the rainbow in there. As soon as a black guy, especially if you tall like me, I'm what people call tall. I'm almost 6'3". They all watch it. Oh my gosh, you just, and I don't have the nicest disposition and posture in terms of, some people would think by the way I walk that I'm posturing, if you know what that is. So this is how they act as you get further out. Now, even at UW-Madison, I know somebody whose daughter went there. She said she was experiencing racism. But there it's not as bad because you can pretty much go into class with them. You know, you got to deal with them a little more. UWM, I used to work at UWM, Wisconsin, Milwaukee. You get some of that indifferent stare, but it's not as bad because a lot of people that's there are from Milwaukee. They just from like the lower east side, the more suburban east side, so on and so forth. But y'all listen to this just pearly things. And I'm telling you, man, like I know, listen, man, I know that look. No, I'm not trying to accuse her or nothing. But I know that look. Y'all basically, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I done had, well, I ain't gonna even go there. I'm not gonna go there. That's not relevant. But how can you allow somebody to speak on relationships that young for one? Like, yeah, you could talk, anybody could talk about this stuff, especially if you get up under the right people and you watch the right people videos, it'll make you sharper. But she's 26 years old, for one, and she's from Wisconsin. Come on, man. She talking to all black people, and she from Wisconsin, man. I want one of y'all to ask her. I want, if you ever in her life, I want you to ask her where she grew up, like what neighborhood, what city she grew up in. Because if I am, I'm definitely going to ask her. Because I already know how it goes down in Wisconsin. I've been all over this area. Waukesha, many times, which I believe that's where she's from. Either Waukesha or maybe a little further. This whole area, West Allis, been all through West Allis. I live in Milwaukee. I live mostly in Milwaukee. See that? But I've been all through this area, and I'm telling you, man, listen, come on, man. I saw her subscribers, and when she joined, I said, are these people freaking serious? How can they try to tell me anything? Do y'all have some attachment that we don't know about? I'm telling you how Wisconsin is. You know what? I'm just gonna tell you like this. No black person is gonna claim not to like other black people. I don't not like black people because they're black. I like black people. But the things the people do that I don't like, race don't even matter. It don't matter what race you are. When you be stealing, when you be doing them drugs, all that stuff, when you ain't trying to make it in life, it don't matter. It's not a black thing. I don't like nobody with certain traits. But some of y'all black dudes on YouTube, I don't believe you like other black people. I don't. Either it's that or you, because here's the thing. When you throw everybody in the same category, That's called discrimination. But when you act like you're the best, that's called racism. See, I don't even think, oh, I'm the best, this, that. I just try to make it out here. Some people is racist, man. That's just we don't need to sugarcoat it. Some people is racist. If you go in a neighborhood and you ain't bothering nobody, they don't know you, you don't know them, and you get that indifferent stare, that's called stereotyping, but in some cases, it's racism. Call it what it is. And let's say, I'm not saying she is, I don't know her, but let's say I would love to see her relative. If they're racist, then 9 times out of 10, she kind of is seesawing that too. I want to see them relative. I want to know what school she went to. I want to know who she's been around. And if she got a high body count, how are y'all talking to her, man? I can see, like, if you, like, interviewing somebody like, say, Brittany Renner, who's black, went to Jackson State. Yeah, I was looking at it. I ain't hear the interview, but I'm like, okay. Not to take Brittany Renner's side, but how can she, if she hasn't even been around black people, speak on the things we also are attached to, like the manosphere? Y'all be, I don't know, man. Maybe y'all all like, it's a secret society or so. That's what I'm starting to wonder. Because you know, when people are in secret societies, that's when you see that, like, not talking to certain people, not dealing with certain people, but then you see them dealing with these people. Like, I'm starting to wonder if these dudes, like, got some type of pact. I ain't gonna even say the groups. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. The one that start with an F, as in Frank. For black people, the group in particular, one of the groups starts with a B, 5 letters. The other group starts with a P and has his whole name. I'm starting to wonder about y'all. Because here's the thing. What Deion Sanders did, he had every right to do. But I know about certain things and how certain people move. Y'all be making people leaders who's actually secretly working against black people as a whole. Some of these dudes on YouTube will get on there with just pearly things, but they ain't gonna get on there with me. They ain't gonna get on there with, and if you doing it because you know she's the hot name right now, deep down inside, if that's your reason, hey man, it's a smart business move. But I wonder, is that some of these guys' reason? You gotta be careful in these YouTube streets, man. You know, a lot of these people, they ain't from the streets. And you don't have to be to speak some intelligent things. You don't have to be. But some parts, it's going to be gray areas for you. Like, I can speak on gangs, I just don't. I can speak on cliques, I just don't that much. I do sometimes. I was in the clique. I don't even really, like, get off into that. People in this area, they know our clique. But it's one thing to change and get better in life. It's another thing to act like you done changed and got better in life, but you over here doing seances and acting weird behind the scenes. And then you come out here And it's like you try to, it's almost like, remember that show, The Mole? Well, the whole purpose of the show was to find out who was the mole. There's some moles on YouTube. Y'all think when y'all look at them views, that ain't all fair. I told y'all, I got over 1,400 videos. And I only have like maybe 78,000 impressions on those 1,400 videos. I want to see these big YouTubers' impressions. Some of them probably got 1 billion impressions. I bet you she got 1 billion impressions. Yeah. When you come on here, just know these things. Like Chris B said, you don't idolize people. Because you don't know what they doing behind the scenes. And he'll tell you himself. If Chris B ever do a live, right? Chris B Info is his channel name. He from Milwaukee. Ask him, and if you listen to Chris B, please tell the people how it go down in Wisconsin. If they don't want to hear it from me, maybe they can hear it from you. Where they elevating people from the outskirts, Waukesha, Fond du Lac, all that. Come on now. Nothing against them though, but the facts are the facts. And y'all know it's probably the same in Iowa, Michigan, Ohio. The only place where they a little less like what I'm saying out of the Midwest, I would say, is Minnesota. I already know about Minnesota and people from Minnesota, they not as much what I'm saying. With all the indifference there and the only getting along and only liking athletes and only being nice to people of color at the state fair and at the game. But they come through your neighborhood and you watching them like they gonna steal something. The black people ain't the only people who steal. Y'all don't be watching the porch bandit videos. It be all type of people. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Because I notice y'all be on video, y'all be hopping on with her. First of all, this the manosphere. If y'all know so much about how women is, then why are we talking to them? Now, how Anton Daniels does it, I get it. I get it. And if you trying to get with them secretly, I get it. But some of y'all doing this stuff because you don't, like some of these dudes be talking like they so hood, so pimpy. You'll never be around no black people. And some of them, the only black people you see them around is the yes men. They little yes men. Maybe not lead attorney. I see lead attorney dealing with black people. I ain't gonna start name dropping. But, I mean, you can ask Black Ram. You can ask Minister Jap. You can ask Chris B Info. Am I making this up about how it is in the Midwest? I ain't making this up, man. Like, come on now. I got other videos to make, so I'm gonna end this one. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm just giving you information. You bigger YouTubers that I actually like, I'm just giving you information. If you're trying to get with her, if you're trying to build your brand, I get it. But if you thinking that going over there is somehow better, come to Wisconsin. Come to Wisconsin and go out to Menominee Falls, like deep in Menominee Falls. Go out to, what's that? Waukesha, certain parts. You got certain parts where they like, hey man, they nice, cool, used to us. Then you got other parts where they looking like, he need to leave. Go out to Sussex. I could keep naming them. Come on now, man. I'll challenge any of these white people here to prove me wrong. Yeah, I'm making this up. I went in a restaurant that's not too far from here where I'm at. Butler, Wisconsin, right? I know that racist vibe, man. I'm going in there, I'm working. I go in there and it was 2 black people in there. They had them in the middle. And they looking uncomfortable as I don't know what. The whole restaurant was full of all white people. They all watching me. And I said to myself, watch. She's gonna come up with a reason not to fill this order. I said, watch. I get up to her. Her sons, they young, acting like this. I gave them a bad rating too. I go up to her. I knew it. Oh, we don't have that. I'm thinking like, okay. I just said, all right, thank you. And I'm thinking, I knew she was going to do that. I knew it. Because I know that look. I know that behavior. I don't know what y'all deal with on the West Coast, but they don't all like y'all out there. But it's obviously a little more comfortable than the Midwest. Same thing with the East Coast. In the Midwest, though, the Midwest is the only region giving us a run for our money with segregation is the South. East Coast, no. West Coast, no. Neither one. They trust me, man. Y'all know I'm the truth, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all acting like she know. First of all, she only 26 years old. I guarantee you, if you start squeezing her like a lemon, that juice gonna come out. The juice gonna come out. Because nothing against young people, but they haven't really had the experiences yet. Like, you gotta have 20 years out here. You could talk about dating and stuff. Like the dude, you got what's his name? Ty X. He's like for young people. Steph is cold, young people. Like what they saying is relevant to younger people. But older people, like in their 30s, 40s, 50s, they don't be in no bars and clubs. Not most of them. I already done that. Fighting in bars and clubs. Watching other people fighting bars and clubs. I remember one time, our neighborhood bar, we had a dartboard and something was next to it. I think it might have been a jukebox. We called it Hampton Tap. That was our neighborhood bar. Like you wasn't coming from the outside doing nothing in there. I don't care who you was. I used to tell the older people that was in my neighborhood, I say, man, you can stay in here all night. If anybody mess with you, come up to me, man. Let me know. They will get handled. That's how. And then we had a white guy named Chuck. He had a bunch of dogs. He used to live like across the street from me. I knew him since I was little. I told Chuck when he was alive, I said, man, ain't nobody gonna mess with you in here, man. If you want to come in here, have a drink, shoot pool or whatever, if somebody mess with you, just let us know. I said, matter of fact, let me know. He used to be in there till they closed. Then he'll walk home. Nobody mess with him, nothing. So, but one particular night, some girls that wasn't even from over there. You know, we ain't care the women coming there. You know, we was gonna shoot our shot. We didn't call it shooting the shot back then. We called it just hollering at it. We was gonna holler at it. But they got to fighting. And when they started fighting, a couple guys was involved. They wasn't fighting though, because they probably scared because all of us was up in there. But they got to throwing bottle. I'm in between the machines, just laughing at the whole thing, drinking my drink. Somebody threw a bottle, hit me right in the face. I went crazy. Like I said, I'm finna shoot it. I'm finna shoot up the spot. Finna shoot it up. Everybody like, oh man, here we go. Cleared it out. That's how ignorant I was. Like when I was 21, 22. But I got wisdom for days now. Wisdom. I can see right through stuff and people. And people. And by the way, we had a lot of pimps in Milwaukee, for those of y'all that's on YouTube with that. And they all moved very similar. Articulate, well-dressed, but on the rough side. On the rough side, like the pimps here didn't appear kind of zesty, you know what I mean? And they never talked about fighting. They thought they was too cool to fight. Pimpin' Ken is from here. Snooky. I done been, in the past, I done been here at this bar, this strip, all. You see them in action, man. All through Chicago. Some of these dudes that be on here though, other than other than a few, I'm not gonna even name names. It's one in Vegas, he acts similar to them. Like, I'm like, okay, this dude probably ain't faking nothing. That's how they be acting. But some of them, maybe I should start grifting. Maybe I should start grifting. Start acting like I know about stuff that I probably really don't know about like that. It might not work though, because I ain't got them ties. But I noticed that some of my favorite YouTubers be on there with just pearly things. Clearly you don't know how Wisconsin go. In Wisconsin, this is how it is. And I'm closing, I promise you. In Wisconsin, most black people don't have nothing against white people at all. You know, you got a few of the young ones that might do some more impulsive stuff. But most of us older people, like other than like some of the baby boomers can get a little little discriminatory, we should say, over stuff that they was going through on them jobs. I worked in Waukesha. They laid me off for nothing. I was meeting my quotas on time, doing the job, not bothering nobody. They laid me off. They didn't lay them other people. They laid me off for nothing. It happened twice. Come on, man. Y'all, come on now. Another dude hired an illegal immigrant over me. This Wisconsin life, man. Y'all think people just won't work? A lot of them won't, but a lot of them will, but they can't do it in peace. Wisconsin life, man. And y'all getting on here in the manosphere talking to Caucasian women from Wisconsin. I gotta know a little bit more about you. Because, listen, man, they probably would go for Giannis and all them, Chris Middleton. But the only way they going for the average school bus driving, garbage truck driving black dude is if they don't get along with their parents or something like that. And y'all talking, don't y'all know that the manosphere is represented by all incomes and all shades and all walks of life? So if you gonna have a woman in here talking to the men, you should be getting one that might be an experience a little more diverse and a little more seasoned. And not dare her to, man, come on now. Prove me wrong. Put your channel on the line. Prove me wrong. You was all over Brittany Renner. They're not talking over me. That's juice. That's that juice. Remember, you squeeze a person, the juice gonna come out. And you can't articulate your talking points. All they want to do is block, delete, report. If you can't articulate your talking points, you shouldn't be talking. And shout out to, I know a lot of my YouTubers that I'm cool with don't like them. They don't like them, man. And he challenged me. But again, the reason why I ain't went after him, because we agree on some things. Pesos man made a video. I noticed he was in the live. I was in there for a minute. I ain't say nothing. I told you I'll be everywhere. And he said that just pearly things is grifting on black people, so to speak. That's a fact. It don't matter if I like you or not. Like, I don't got nothing against dude. We agree on too much. Now, we don't agree on everything, but the way I look at it, this is how I look at it with other YouTubers. If we agree on the most important stuff and we agree on most things, I'll subscribe to your channel, and even if I don't agree with you, like let's say I have a falling out with somebody, I still will subscribe to your channel. I might not watch your videos if you come off to me as fake. I might not watch your videos like that, but I'll still see your notifications to know what you're talking about, stuff like that. Anyway, we got more videos to come. Stay tuned. This is The Truth, man. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, share the content, and listen, man. Listen. Everybody ain't supposed to be up in here, in this space, this manosphere. I know some of them attractive. I ain't gonna judge her either way. I don't got nothing against her, man. I just know how Wisconsin is. And I thought that y'all need to know how Wisconsin is before y'all start letting people who not diverse like you, or possibly not diverse like you, possibly from, them families that be running people, your uncle running dudes off the job, calling the police on people at work. Thanks for watching.